Josh Pascal is returning. That is right. Man, I'm excited about this one. We just watched Inside the Den last night and again this morning with everybody on the Rise and Grind morning show talking about Josh Pascal. And when is he going to come back? Is he going to play again? What's going on? We just don't know. And finally today, we got some answers.
Pressured by Hutchinson, he goes down again.
All right, welcome into Rockhound Detroit Lions. I'm your host, Will Rock, and appreciate each and every single one of you, but that's why you need to subscribe and tap that like button right now and send us a comment after the video and tell us what do you think about the video and what could we have done better. But anyway, let's get into today's news, which is Josh Pascal. Man, he has captured the hearts and minds of Lions fans over the last 24 hours. Inside the Den dropped last night, and it was a tearjerker, man. It was a heart-wrenching moment for a lot of us cancer survivors, as myself and others. It brought all of the moments back of everything that you've had to endure and everything that you go through each and every day. And so my heart is clearly in the right place for Josh Pascal, man. I wish him nothing but the best. But great news today by Dan Campbell. Let's just get right into it, and then we're going to talk all about it. Well, let's just say I'm excited. I'm excited. Couldn't be more excited for this guy.
And we're excited. We're excited.
The last 2 years, hope was to get him back in October. We're coming out of that month. Do you have any update on where he's at, and can you shed any light on what he's dealing with? Because I don't think we've ever got that.
It's a back is what it is, and he's there again. He is improving. We're trying to be smart. We're taking it as far as we can. He's got a few more things to show us before we're ready to open the window for him to practice. So, I mean, I'm hopeful 3 weeks, somewhere in there. I'm hopeful the end of November, maybe early December. But he is improving.
I'm loving it, man. I'm absolutely loving it. That is big news. I hope that it's actual factual data from Dan, and he's not just kind of skirting around what could be, the other answer to this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it because I don't want to put it out there. But Josh Pascal potentially coming back in the next 3 weeks, which would tell us that the clock could get started next week, Tuesday. Lions typically start clocks on a Tuesday, it seems like. So if his clock gets going on Tuesday, that means he would be back week 12, 13, probably week 13 at the latest, which would be great news, man. Josh would be a welcome addition back to this roster. We definitely need the defensive end help. He is somebody that can attack through the middle of the defense as well. And his presence has been sorely missed. I, for one, like I said, I'm excited to see him get back to this team and help out, this roster win, especially late into February, which is where we expect him to end up with us. So let me just kind of go over what happened with Josh Pascal over the last several seasons. The one, obviously the diagnosis in 2018 during his sophomore year at the University of Kentucky was big. He was diagnosed with acral-lentiginous melanoma, which is an extremely rare and aggressive form of skin cancer, typically found on the soles of the feet or the palms of the hands. And in his case, it was found on the sole of his foot. Now, the discovery, when he noticed a stinging sensation on his foot or on the bottom of his foot, and during getting wrapped by some of the trainers, they noticed the spot as well. And it felt like to him like a persistent blister, or maybe they thought like it was a wart or something, and it didn't go away. And so one of the trainers mentioned in the video last night, you need to really go get this checked out. And so he went to a podiatrist, and that podiatrist started to dig into it and thought that maybe it was a wart of some kind. And so he's digging into it. He's like, yeah, it's not a wart. We got to send you to somebody else. So he went somewhere else. They were digging into it too. And then biopsy was done, ends up being the rare and very aggressive form of melanoma. The downside is it turned into stage 3B right away. They found that the cancer had spread to lymph nodes in his groin, And you would think at this point, man, your career in football is over, but not for Josh Paschal. And what we learned last night about Josh and his fight, which, look, I'm not immune to the fight. I've been through it myself, still going through it. I know what it takes, but to do what he has done and to play football and to make it to the pros and play at such a high level is well beyond anything that I would have imagined for anyone going through cancer and having that battle that he has had. So the early detection was critical in this case. Melanoma accounts for like 75% of all skin cancer deaths, but early age treatment offers at least a 5-year survival rate around 94%. He's beyond that right now, right? He's well beyond that. And he can keep staying beyond that. Yeah, let's just hope and pray that that Josh stays clean and continues with his annual program of getting scans and monitoring. So since then, that's what he's done. Into annual cancer screenings and that, which are so vital. And it's also something that with my foundation, the Rockhound Cancer Foundation, it's something that we are trying to promote as well for thyroid cancer because it is such a quiet killer, and it is something that I'm trying to bring more awareness to. I would have never known had I not stayed persistent about my health, and I may not be here right now had I not stayed persistent about my health and all of the things that I've had to go through. So it is so important. Get checked, people. Like, I know this is a football video, but I have to bring the parallels into this. Life is important. Go to the damn doctor, please. Get things checked. Don't be afraid. I know things are expensive, but imagine how much more expensive it is if you don't go, right? Because then it's the cost of your life. And I don't think that there's anything more priceless than that, right? Josh Paschal's rookie season in 2022, he was drafted by the Detroit Lions in the second round. He missed an early season game, obviously, to the sports hernia, which required surgery. So that was his first real injury in the NFL. He returned midseason. He did show some immediate flashes of pass rush ability. And man, we wanted more, right? We wanted more. So 23, he suffered a knee injury. Not good back-to-back seasons. He missed a couple of games. He returned later in the year. He was part of the rotation. Aiden Hutchinson is in the fold. So he's behind Aiden, kind of working behind Aiden and others. And then last year happens, right? 2024, the Lions lose everybody besides Paschal, right? He stays healthy. And during his annual cancer screening, though, more popped up. So he ends up, finding a mass on his shoulder. I don't know if it was left or right. Thankfully, it was non-cancerous, but it kept him out a couple of weeks. I think it was more than 1 week. I think it was a couple of weeks. He underwent a minor surgery. I think it was week 8, 9 or 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range, to remove that mass, missing a couple of games, but at least it was non-cancerous. The fact that the cancer has already spread to the lymph nodes means that it can spread anywhere, throughout your entire body. And that's why you have to catch it. You have to, screen for it. You have to do all the treatments. But anyway, in 24, he returned in week 10, and my God, did we need him back versus Houston. That was a game that was a knockdown, drag-out fight, 5 interceptions. I believe that game that was the game, right? Jared Goff throws 5 and come back to win. But he was needed, man. He was that big end. He was the bull rush end. We didn't have any other options, right? We were down, I think, 6, 7 defensive ends by this time. So just not what we expected, or how we expected our season to go. But Josh Paschal was so vital towards that season's success, and he's going to be vital moving forward. So then week 10, when he returned against Houston, we also brought in Zadarius Smith, and between those two, finished out the season on a high note. Look, this guy is full of resilience. Josh Paschal, I'm expecting to come back and be ready to rock and roll and help this team win. And what a great time to come back, right? We're riding high right now at 5-2, and the Lions have everything in front of them right now to go attack and win, just like Josh Paschal's been attacking and defeating cancer. Right now, he's going to come back, and he's going to help this Lions team win a Super Bowl. You heard it here first. We're going to win a Super Bowl, and Josh Paschal is going to be a big part of that happening. Thank you guys for joining me. Again, hit subscribe on the way out. Send me a comment later in the comment section. And if you'd like to send us some more ideas, or you'd like to send us some gripes and hype about your team, mailbag@rockdown.com. Don't forget to join us live, where we will also take your phone calls and get your word about the Detroit Lions right here on Rockhound Detroit Lions. Take care, y'all. Go One Pride, go Detroit Lions. Until the next one. Be well, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.
Pressured by Hutchinson. He goes down.